and see who comes on. And I'm looking for our other guest to see if she's here yet. I don't see her, but there is one number I don't recognize, and it might be her.
Yep, I see that too. The one down in the corner?
Right. Did y'all have a good Sunday? It was a nice day.
It was beautiful. Yeah. We cooked red snapper on the grill. Do you guys ever cook red snapper? Anybody?
Sounds yummy.
It was really good. They compare it to orange roughy. I don't know if you guys eat orange roughy.
Oh, yeah.
But it was delicious. It's a beautiful fish. It's got like a red scaly top. It was really pretty. Oh, it was so yummy. So I'm going to make that more often.
Did you put the whole fish on the grill?
Yeah. Yeah. And it was just, I did lemon and pepper, and rosemary. That's it. It was really tasty.
Rosemary. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
hey,
rosemary.
So head and all and skin and all?
Not the head, just the body.
Okay, let me tell you something weird that I love is like when you have a full fish with the head.
Mm-hmm.
I love sucking the brains out of it.
No.
Here is a secret.
I've only ever done that with crawfish, like suck the brains out of the crawfish, you know?
Oh yeah, crawfish. I'm like, you know, but yeah, like the red snapper or anything, trout. I'm like, give me the head. You know, I'll suck the brains out of that thing. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's a Turkish thing. I don't know if it is. I'm making that up.
Well, I've never tried that. We'll have to try that. I'm not picky. I'll pretty much try anything. So, oh, that's funny.
Honestly, have never. Yvonne's on. Hi, honey.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us too tonight.
Oh, I'm excited.
Hi, Yvonne.
Good.
I just heard about sucking crawfish.
You heard nothing.
yeah, nothing. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody. I started the recording. I'm going to mute everybody real quick, and then we'll do some introductions. Sound good? Okay. Okay, I unmuted our guest and Kim and Kathleen. Okay, let's roll, girl.
Okay, well, I am so thrilled tonight. I love seeing my team, our team, and just love getting together. And tonight, two special guests, so stinking excited about this. And you know what? Just applaud them because this was about an hour ago. I just put out a plea. Would anyone like to come on and talk to my team? And I just told them to give us your best tips or any kind of motivation or inspiration or encouragement. And these two girls just stepped up to the plate, and I appreciate it so much. We just appreciate it so much. So we are a team from Nebraska, and most of us are here. I know we have some Arizona people, and I'm not sure what other states we have. Kansas. Mm-hmm. Texas going on here too tonight. So, oh yeah, that's right. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Yvonne Cannon. She's an Emerald. She has been with Plexus for 2 years. In 14 months, she was able to retire. Plexus retired her from her retail supervisor job, and she's a military wife. Most of her team is military, and she's soaring. She's getting close to Sapphire, and I'm so glad you're here tonight, Yvonne. Thanks so much.
Yay, I'm excited to be here. Do you want me to start on my tips, or are you going to introduce your other?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and introduce Erge too, and then we'll start with Yvonne's tips.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do that. I'm so excited. Thank you for Yvonne for getting on, and Erge. This was quick. Kim messaged me a little while ago and said, hey, what do you think? Should we put a plea out for some jewels to get on? And I said, yes, do it. And she did, and you girls messaged us really quickly, and that was awesome. So, and then she messaged me and said, okay, Erge and Yvonne are going to get on. I said, perfect. I was super excited. So, Erge, I know a lot of you guys know her and have seen her on the big stage at convention. Erge, we all fell in love with you when we saw you get on that big stage. You had us all in tears when you spoke at convention. And for those of you that aren't familiar with her, she's been with Plexus for about 2 years, and she's a Sapphire ambassador, a new Sapphire ambassador. Congratulations on that. And she worked for NASA. And that just blows my mind when I say that. You know, she worked for NASA. She was a medical research analyst. Is that right?
Actually, here, let me just cut in and just say it real quick. I worked for NASA. That part is true. And it was space station work, research, etc. And I also did strategic planning and did a lot of social media, interestingly. For NASA, when Twitter had started, we were called the Dirty Dozen. There were 12 of us tweeting for NASA. And however, the medical scientist position I held was not NASA. So I was done with NASA about 2-3 years before Plexus came along.
Okay.
I was actually working at University of Texas Medical Branch and Shriners Hospital, the Children's Burn Hospital, and doing research there. And that's the job I eventually quit with, being enrolled in Plexus.
Awesome, awesome.
And I'm happy to be here.
Oh, we are so happy you're here too. And it's so wonderful that you're speaking tonight. I don't know if you remember, but you spoke on one of our team calls probably last year, was it, Kim, Kathleen? We had you on like a long time ago. It was for a team call, and you got on and spoke, and we were it was right after convention. I just messaged
Oh, yay.
and you were like, no, I'll get on and speak. So you did, and we appreciate that so much. So, okay, we would love to hear some tips from you girls and just, talk to our team. So, Kim, whoever wants to go first, you kind of headed this up, so let us know who's going here.
I think we'll have Yvonne go first.
Hi, I just want to say I'm so excited to share some of my tips. These are tips that I really, I feel like have changed my business on pushing me to go to Emerald to Sapphire faster. So I hope this helps you. So my number one tip, I actually got this idea from Sarah Marble. She did present about a book challenge while we were in Maui last year, but she had already told me about this book challenge before I went to Maui. And it is posting on your team page and asking everyone to order a book, a self-development book, and you doing a book challenge together. I picked Millionaire by Halftime. You guys, I love Priestley Swaggerty. His book is amazing. Why do I love Millionaire by Halftime? It is the number one book that I tell everyone to read because my honest opinion is with the success kit and reading that book, you can succeed in this business. In his book, he goes chapter by chapter of everything that you need to do, the going back to the basics of succeeding in this business. He goes down to help you, right, coming up with your why, setting your goals, the importance of making your list of 100, the importance of showing the plan to everybody, leadership goals. I mean, he really goes chapter by chapter, and at the end of each chapter, he actually has a homework activity for you to do. So if you guys want to do a book challenge, this is what I did. I posted on my team page. I gave them a deadline to read this book. I made a separate group for those that committed to doing this challenge, and we would read 1 to 2 chapters together, and every Wednesday, I would go on the thread. For the first 2 weeks, I kind of posted. And then after that, I would pick a leader to summarize the 2 chapters that we read, what they learned. And I made everyone to turn in the homework in the comments. Everyone loved it. It's been amazing. The next thing, the tip, kind of goes along with Priestley Swaggerty. You guys, he actually came to Oklahoma to train my team about a month ago. And he says this, and this goes with my second tip. To succeed in this business, we need to show the business opportunity in our products. If you're not constantly sharing about the products or the business opportunity, you're not going to succeed in this business. Oh, sorry, it's Millionaire by Halftime Presley Swaggerty. Amazon, Kindle, you can buy it there, or you have to go directly to his website to get the hardcover book. Okay, so if you are not constantly sharing the business plan or the opportunity, you're not going to succeed in this business. He actually shared this tip with my team, and this is what we are starting to do now. Get a mini-sized calendar, pocket calendar that you can keep in your book of the month. And you're going to write down every single day that you have appointments. Now, every time an appointment goes through, whether it be someone that you called on the phone, someone that you met face-to-face, when that appointment is gone through, you cross your calendar and you put in a red X. The whole point of it is, at the end of the week, you need to reflect on how many people you presented the opportunity or their products to. So you made these appointments to make all these phone calls with your potentials or your meeting, but you have 0 red X's on your calendar for that week. That tells you right there that you really didn't show the plan to anybody. So that goes with like my second tip with what I learned from him. Now this goes into another thing. I believe in tag teaming with your upline, with your mutual friends. It is a great thing that you have mutual friends with your upline and tag team them together, because let's say for example, me and Kim know someone, we work with girl, and we both used to hang out together. I would message that girl saying, hey Cassie, look, Kim jumped on the board on this Plexus train. You should totally go with us. Can we like meet up one-on-one or talk on the phone and let's talk about the business? It is so awesome whenever you're able to tag team, because if you're a newer ambassador, you just using your upline to help you tag team a mutual friend is awesome. I also tell my team this. If you're having a hard time closing the deal with your customers or your future ambassador, you need to include a 3-way message with your upline and help them. Because, you know, some of you that are newer, you might not be able to answer all these questions that you have, but you have your upline there to help answer those questions. And also, it provides that third validation. You could be saying everything that you're saying to your customers, but for some reason, when you bring in your upline, especially if you have a jewel upline, I mean, that provides a lot of validation to what you're saying. I also encourage my team, if you are trying to get someone that's local in your area, I don't want you to do the 3-way messaging, and I don't want you to do the 3-way calling. I actually want us to all meet face-to-face at a Starbucks. I will tell you this, that's also part of Millionaire by Halftime's tip. I currently have 2 girls on my team that have gone to senior gold in 2 months, because that's exactly what they do. They set appointments up with their potentials of their local team of potentials. Either I go with them or the other upline goes with them to these appointments. And we just chat plexes and we just chat about everything, and it really helps close the deal for them. Now, my other tip is I personally was so guilty of always hiding behind text messages. I'm getting better at it. So this New Year's resolution was I'm going to start calling my level 1s on the phone. So the 1st of January, you guys can start this now. I called every single one of my level 1s, whether they were active or inactive, and we just chatted. And I said, girl, I just want to know, do you want to be in this business? Do you just want to be a wholesale buyer? That's fine. If you want to do this business, just let me know now. And then you need to tell me right now, what are your goals, your why, and what you need from me. I straight up was honest with them, and I was able to identify who wants it now right away, and then who wants it that is slowly wanting it, but it's just a wholesale buyer, so I'll know not what to tag them in my team pages. And I know how much to push them. And if some people were feeling if I was pushing them too much, which none of them said that, I knew what I needed to do to kind of step back to let them like breathe a little bit. So after I was able to identify my runners, I actually created 2 chats on Facebook. I know it can be kind of hard if you have a lot of level 1s, but I created 2 chats for my runners. One where all of my level 1s some level 2s that I've adopted, we're all in one group chat together, and we just chat and motivate with each other. And I'll do simple stuff like, hey, you guys, I just have this quick challenge for you guys, even though it's on my team pages, but I always like to give them the message first because it makes them feel important that I'm to help, like, or I'll ask them ideas like, hey, you guys, so I'm thinking this as a contest. What do you guys think? Will this help your team? They feel, they love the fact that I'm making them, like, I'm including them, and it makes them feel more valuable and how much I respect them as leaders. And on this group chat, well, you know, even when one of them gets a new ambassador, we celebrate it. I'll screenshot the picture, be like, oh my God, you guys, look at Crystal. She just signed up a new ambassador. Woohoo. Or if another girl's feeling discouraged, I'll ask the question, but I won't let it point it out to her. I'll be like, hey, you guys, what would you guys do in this instant? And it's a great chat because they run together, like those that are trying to promote together at the same time, but they also help each other, and they're also able to identify with one another. The other second group chat, it's the same as my first one, but it's just for my local team. Just because I try to go out with my local team, set up meetings with them, and that's just another chat like I do with my runners. So those are kind of the 4 major tips that I have that have definitely have pushed me closer to going Sapphire, and I feel like that's really helped our team.
That's awesome. Great tips. I love what you said about tag teaming and that validation. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to work on that more. I love that. And I love what you said about appointments and coffee dates, that third-party validation also. That's awesome.
Yeah. We've noticed when we do that, that person is willing to order products or join our team right there on the spot.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
very, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Okay.
Good stuff.
Erge, you're up, girl. First of all, does anybody have any questions for Yvonne before, or did she already jump off? She might have jumped off already. Oh, I think she did. Okay.
No, I'm still here. Sorry, I didn't know.
Sorry, I thought, guys, she already jumped off. Does anybody have any questions for her real quick before we keep going?
I do. One, Yvonne, just because we have a runner now who is a Marine. And so his wife is so excited to share with that group of people. So any tips there for them?
Okay, so I will tell you this. I have some amazing leaders that are military wives on my team. I will say this, about 75% of my team is somehow connected to the military. You need to friend everyone that you meet right away. As you guys know, we have spouse meetings where we meet up one-on-one. Become friends with every single person that you meet. Become friends with your neighbors. And I will tell you this, why my military wives are successful. As you guys know, military does not get paid very well. And a lot of military families are struggling, so this opportunity could change. So this is what my husband would do, and I didn't realize what effect this was until like after I moved back home. My husband would jokingly go out there and be like, babe, that extra $500 a month that you brought with Plexus, oh my God, babe, we're not going to be broke this month. Like he would just say casual, like nice comments, not to sound like we were bragging, but with military wives, we're kind of very competitive with each other in a sometimes good way, sometimes not good way. But it is very true. You need to find, if you can find some neighbors that you're close with, start getting to join your team, because this is what the effect of what happened with my team. Well, oh my gosh, did you hear Yvonne and Holly? They're doing Plexus together, and apparently they're making money. Well, guess what? What's the gossip in town? Oh my God, we should join their teams because they're doing so great. Let's do that. And it starts to be a chain reaction because they want to know what you're doing and how you guys are successful. So that's my main tip, is just definitely being friendly to everyone and just being friends with them and let them see your post.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Yvonne? Isn't she adorable? And I love your passion and excitement.
Oh, thank you.
So much.
Good.
All right. So if no more questions, we'll move on to Erge.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope you can. Okay, excellent, excellent. My connection has very unstable. So while we were on, I switched and I'm using my phone as a hotspot, so I'm hoping things work out.
That's good.
Darn Comcast. Anyway, first, Yvonne, those were some awesome tips. So thank you. I love listening to them too. So I'm Erge Edgu-Fry. I'm a Sapphire ambassador and just turned Sapphire last month, actually. And I started Plexus at the very end of February just to lose baby weight. And, you know, long story short, you guys mostly know my story, how it turned into a business, and I'm very, very grateful. So I'll just go direct into my tips. The first one is something that you actually will hear frequently, and I'm just going to say it again because it is very important, and that is consistency. And it's not just consistency in your business, but also taking the products. We do want to be the product. We cannot talk about the energy we have and how healthy we are one day and then next day post pictures sipping a margarita or a Diet Coke. We have to be consistent with the message we're sending out. We have to live the style that we're trying to live, the lifestyle that we're trying to promote. And that is only going to happen if we believe wholeheartedly in the products ourselves and by being a product of the product. And results don't come easily to everybody. Somebody might lose a lot of weight, let's say, and get rid of a lot of medical issues, whatnot, in the first month. And somebody else might not get those results for 3 months. We have to make sure that we're following up with our ambassadors on their product experience, because it's not only about just the business and pushing them, okay, let's go silver, let's go fast track gold. It is a relationship business. People join us because they believe us, they trust us that these products are good. And so we have to follow up and keep to our promise and make sure we troubleshoot with them and we figure out the best combination for them. So that's one part of the consistency. And the other is, of course, consistency in our business. We do a lot of our business through social media. And you'll also hear a lot of times you do not have to work this business full time. You can work it part time. You just can't work it some of the time. You got to be consistent. I highly recommend setting up some sort of business hours or business minutes. In Plexus business, you can do a whole lot in little 10, 15-minute chunks. You can find the time. Don't find excuses. Find ways. Look at me. I do have 4 children. One of them is going through cancer treatment. One of them I'm homeschooling. The other one is 2. Which is enough on its own. You know, if you have small children or if you've had small children, you know it. Now multiply that by 5 with my 2-year-old. She's crazy. And anyway, and so don't find excuses. Work on finding ways that you can make this work. And little 10, 15 minutes concentrated, focused time is enough. If you can do 3-4 of those a day, you're looking at an hour a day, and you can be productive in that time as long as you're focused in what you're doing during that time. And following up to that, my next tip is always continue your own IPA, income producing activity. What happens very easily is the minute you get 2, 3, 4, 5 ambassadors in your downline, it is very easy to fall into management mode. Do not fall into management mode. Your team does not need a manager. They need a leader. They don't need a manager. So of course be there for them. Of course train them. Of course do 3-way messages, calls, get-togethers with them. But your first responsibility is to yourself. Before you do anything else, every single day, make sure you are doing your daily income producing activity. And I highly recommend front loading your month. What does that mean? first 2 weeks of the month, here's what I do, and I consistently do this. So I have a goal every single month that I will reach a minimum of 500 PV by the 15th, and I will have 3 new ambassadors I personally sign by the 15th, or I have them lined up, that I know I'm signing them this month. It is my goal to go silver every single month. I set this goal back in September. In October, we had the back office change, and I was one of those people who was like, whoa, and so in October, I only signed 2 new ambassadors. Starting from December, I have never gone below signing 3 new ambassadors. I promise you, any ailment that you have in your personal business, the cure is personal sponsoring. You have to keep going no matter what level you are. I'm a sapphire. I was doing this while I was emerald, and I'm still doing it. This is my goal, that at a minimum, I will be signing 3 new ambassadors every single month. And I have been able to achieve this. Are there going to be months where I don't get the 3 people? Probably. Not for lack of trying, though. And so front load your month like that. And then the second half of the month, then you can focus more on your team, making sure that they're trained, making sure that you're giving them the tools, and also you're planning out the following month. So starting on April 15th, you're going to start planning out what you're going to do from May 1st through the 15th. Okay? So be organized a little bit. There's a lot of things that I have learned in this business. We have a lot of women, right? You put a lot of women together, oh my gosh, a lot of stuff happens. There's a lot of whining, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of complaining. Stop it. Stop it. Do not complain that your sponsor or your upline is not showing you what to do. They're not supporting you, blah, 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 blah. We are all independent ambassadors. We should all strive to help our team. Here's the deal. Not everybody is going to jive with everybody. You are not going to get along with everybody. You're not going to be PFFs with everybody, even if they're in your team. So always be professional. Always, always be professional. But don't complain. We are one Plexus. There are so many people that you can follow. There are so many people that you can get advice from, ideas from. And personally, I love my upline. I love her to death. I love my sponsor. But guess what? We do this business very, very differently. I don't get what I need from my sponsor as far as the business goes. So you know what I did? I stalked Melissa Eichenhorst like a hawk. I watched every dang YouTube video that Melissa put out there. And today, she's one of my good friends. How about them apples? I was very intentional. I said, I'm going to take charge. I'm going to take responsibility for my own business. I'm going to stop whining and complaining. If I can't jive with this person, I'm going to find somebody I do jive with, that I can learn from. Okay? And actually, Melissa was so kind to do a team training for myself and a couple other people. It is on YouTube, and on the chat box right now, I have put in the link to it.
Yay.
So take the time. It's about like 40 minutes long, but it is gold. So take the time to watch that, and that is something you can, of course, share with your team members. Oh, I love you too. Thank you. The other thing, and this is really the most important thing, you guys, you can get all the tips. You can get all the Facebook posts. You can kill yourself to go and out and talk to people, etc. If your mind is not in the right place, it's not going to happen. Mindset trumps skill set every single day. Be positive. Come from a place of gratefulness. Wake up every single day and find things to be grateful for. And I'm not saying this like I'm holier than thou. This comes from experience. This comes from experience. And there was a time around senior gold, I said, I'm done. I can't deal with these people anymore. That was me. I couldn't stand my upline. I couldn't stand my downline. And I went to my husband and I complained to my husband. And interestingly, my husband, who had nothing to do with this business other than supporting me, said, honey, I think it's time you look in the mirror. And that was a hard pill to swallow. But he is my best friend, and not only the love of my life, but he's also been a personal coach of sorts. And I might have told him to whatever initially, but I did take it to heart. And it was close to Christmas time, and his Christmas present to me was a book series by John Gordon. Energy Bus is the first one. John Gordon, Energy Bus. This book has nothing to do with network marketing. And The Carpenter is another one by him. And then there's another one too. Energy Bus is written at a 6th to 7th grade level, reading level. I highly recommend you go get that book and read it. It changed my life. It changed my perspective. And it really teaches you that you might have a belief system where you believe things happen for a reason. That's not my belief system. I don't believe things happen for a reason. What I do believe is that I can create purpose. I can create something good out of everything that I've done. It's in my hands. It's in my power to take something, learn lessons from it, and make something bigger. My first pregnancy was twins. We lost one of them at birth. The other one had palsy, epilepsy. I talked about her at convention. I never thought, why me? I never thought, why God did this to me? I thought, why not me? I'm no special person than any other of God's children. But because of that experience, I have learned compassion. I have learned perseverance from my daughter. And I have learned to appreciate the struggles of mothers who buried babies or couldn't have babies. Who am I to complain when there are women out there who are dying to have a baby? Erge has cancer, my son. It was devastating, obviously. But through that experience, I have learned so much. I have learned so much from my son, and I have learned so much about this community. So be grateful. While I'm going through all of that, I still wake up every single day. I'm grateful. I'm thankful. That mindset will change everything. And that's all I have for you.
Wow.
So awesome. I have tears, I'm sure others.
Yeah. Erge, that was incredible. Yeah. I think
And
we
laugh,
all,
you guys. Laugh.
yeah.
Smile. Laugh off.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I think we're all kind of.
If you have questions, I can hang out for a few more minutes. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
Awesome.
Does anybody have any questions for Erge before she goes?
And I do want to say, you guys, I'm very impressed that there are over 30 people in this Zoom call.
Yeah.
That tells me something about your team. That is amazing. I hardly ever get 30 people in my Zoom calls. That's awesome.
Awesome. Good. We do
Erge,
have an awesome team. Gosh, you know what? I'm just listening to every word. I just want to hear it all over again. I'm glad we recorded this because it was powerful. It was. And listening to you talk about mindset even and gratitude and just all those things and knowing, you know, a little bit about your story and what you've gone through the last couple of years, you know, makes it that much more powerful. So thank you for sharing your heart with us and just being.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
Erge,
Say that God just used you to kick me in the gut.
You tell me that often.
I'm so thankful that you were willing to share and be so vulnerable and honest with us. That, I mean, I don't even think you know any of us except for maybe Jen and Kim. Like, I just so appreciate that, and that's, I think, an evidence of really great leadership in you, that you're transparent, and I just appreciate that a ton. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Those are very kind words. And if I reached one person tonight, I think it was great. I mean, this is, you know.
I think you reached 38. So,
Erge,
Yes.
Erge, this is Tracy Waddington, and I am so blessed by you. I got to meet you and get a picture with you last year at convention, and you literally inspired my heart and my soul. I wish I could live with you for like a month.
Girl, you don't want to.
Yes, I think I would. There's so much to learn from your heart and your soul, and I think you just nailed it on the head. And you know, I think sometimes in the business, and you did a great job of just sharing, you know, sometimes it's so easy to take the blinders off and get sidetracked. And I love your heart and your soul about just staying, you know, true to who you are and your mission and your path and where you go. And I think one thing that registered to me the most tonight was your gratitude, your genuine, authentic gratitude. And I just thank you from the depths of my heart and my soul for coming on tonight, because I hope you get up and present again next year or this year for convention, because there's just so many takeaway messages from you. So just thank you.
Oh, thank you, Tracy. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will share a tip, or not a tip, but a secret with you guys as far as that convention spot goes. Okay, that wasn't a coincidence that I got to give that speech. I worked for that spot. It says my connection is unstable. I hope you're hearing me.
Yeah.
Okay, I worked for that spot for 4 months. Here's a funny story. So this was, I had gotten done reading the Energy Bus, and I made Ruby, and that was December. And then February, I made Senior Ruby. And remember, I told you I'm stalking Melissa Eichenhorst. And then the Opportunity Tour was coming to Houston. That's where I live. I had this idea at that time that my goal with this business is not to become a diamond. It'll happen eventually, but that wasn't my goal. I want to inspire people. I know I have a story. I know this isn't how I was born. This is learned through life's tough experiences. And I thought to myself, maybe this is my purpose. This is my purpose, to show people to never, ever give up on anything. Don't ever quit. And always be grateful. That's the message I want to give to the greater community. And I thought maybe Plexus is my venue for that. So I was a Senior Ruby, and the Opportunity Tour is coming, and Melissa was going to be the host for it. I did something very bold, and I'm all about getting out of your comfort zone. I messaged Melissa and I said, are you looking for testimonies for the opportunity meeting? Because I have a really good one for you. And she said, who is it? Is it you? And she didn't know who I was. I'm just a stalker, y'all. And and I sat down and wrote my powerful testimony. And this was a month after my son had got diagnosed with cancer, and I had just quit my job. And so I sent it to her, and she said, your testimony number one. You're going to get up there and you're going to give your testimony. You're the first one that will be there. And I said, okay. I've always been an engaging public speaker, but there were fears there. You guys are aware I have a funky name. I'm from Turkey. English is not my native language. So I was very nervous standing in front of a crowd, and I'm supposed to go and inspire them talking in my second language. But I stepped out of my comfort zone because I had a goal. I knew Alex Clark was going to be there, and he was going to be in the audience. My goal was, I'm going to show him what I'm made of, and he's going to remember my name or so. Alec came to me and said, I want your information because I want our videographer to come and video you, and we're going to feature your testimony. I was again very bold, and I said, no, Alec, that's not what we're going to do. And he said, what are we going to do? I said, if I make it to Emerald by convention, you're going to give the Emerald speech spot to me.
Oh.
I was a senior Ruby. I had just made senior Ruby. I had 2 months to make it to Emerald. He said, you got a deal.
Wow.
So we took hands on it. The minute I made Emerald, we were given liaisons. I messaged my liaison and I said, please go tell Alec I didn't answer the bargain and it's his turn. And she came back and she said, Alex says, remind him he doesn't know what you're talking about. And I had my YouTube testimony from the opportunity meeting. I put the link. I said, send him this. That'll remind him. 2 days before convention, Alec calls me. I wasn't even going to answer the phone because I was trying to get my, I didn't know it was Alec. It says Plexus, you know, and I wasn't going to answer the phone. Whatever, God made me answer the phone. And here's Alec. And he's like, hey, Erge, this is Alec. And I'm like, oh, what's up, Alec? Like, and he said, I just wanted to ask if you would be interested in giving the Emerald speech at the convention. I'm like, let me think about it. Anyway, so that's how that happened.
Wow.
That was a worked on
Wow.
It didn't happen by chance. So we create a future from, look for opportunities, be creative. I don't think I'll be giving a speech. I don't think it'll be fair this year. I'm not even working on that. But it was something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to be up there for my team. I wanted them to see, look, here's the girl that you know.
Yeah. Well, you were powerful because out of everything that we experienced during convention last year, you're one of those people that stuck out to me. And I met so many people, and we experienced some pretty incredible things at convention, but you stuck out. Like, you just had that powerful testimony, and and here we are, so that's so awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. This was, Kim, I could just hug you through this computer right now for putting this together tonight.
Hugs to these girls.
I just want to get off and go do the hard cry because it was emotional. Like this was so good
I
tonight.
wasn't planning on this, by the way. I don't know where it came from. I had my notes, but there isn't in there like make them cry.
I told her to make all of you cry.
I was going for laughs, but
Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
All right.
Yeah. Well, thank you
so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys, giving me a chance for yet another platform, and best wishes to everyone. I am going to go ahead and sign off.
Yeah, we'll see you in Vegas.
Bye, honey. Thank you so much.
Okay.
I love you. Bye-bye.
You too.
Wow.
Awesome.
Holy cow. I
Yeah.
just need to say that.
Yeah. I'm so glad you all were able to listen in and hear that. That was wonderful. And Yvonne was so passionate too. What a little darling. And never met her before. Yeah. And so I'm excited to see her at convention and give her a hug. So
oh, definitely. Oh, this was so awesome tonight. Just awesome. I needed this. It was just upbeat and just incredible. I love it. That's why we're here. So, okay, ladies, it's late. We're gonna let y'all go, and I just hope you take away that belief and that encouragement and that mindset that she just brought to us. That gratefulness. Oh my gosh, her and Yvonne both were awesome. So, you guys.
amazing.
You guys have a good night. Does anybody have anything they need to say or have any questions or anything before we hang up? Nobody?
Wait. Sorry, I thought I was muted, so I yelled. I need to grab that link real quick to the Melissa.
Here, I'll put it up. Oh, wait.
Okay. I think I copied it, but I'm just not sure.
Okay.
And we have some of our new team members on that just joined this month.
Oh, welcome.
Yay.
Welcome, new team members.
Ashley and Danny.
Wonderful.
Well, welcome. We're so glad you guys are on.
Thank you.
Yes. Great night for you to be on.
Very
Absolutely.
good. Yeah. Did everybody get that link in that Millionaire by Halftime that Yvonne was talking about, Presley Swaggerty? We put that in the chat too, so. I think I copied.
Anything else?
Okay. I think we're good, girls. Girls and guys, if there's guys on. So, okay, you guys have a good night. Good night, everybody. Thank you. God bless. Have a great week. I'll see some of you in Omaha tomorrow night. So,
Sounds
good night.
Good night.
Bye.